Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Wilton Report. I am Josh Wilton, and we will be talking Princeton real estate this morning. First quarter has come and gone, and I figured our topic this morning would be a first quarter market review and a little bit of a projection for the coming year, or the balance of the coming year at any rate. So again, first quarter market review, Princeton only this morning. Hoy, short version, it's great to be a seller or landlord, and it's challenging to be a buyer or a tenant. That is the shortest market overview I've ever done. That is not what I'm going to talk about today. We're going to break it down. So for those of you watching on YouTube, obviously you can see the slide. For those of you listening along, I'm just going to kind of talk you through the numbers. Basic numbers to look at, for the health of a real estate market is the first one is how many homes are coming on the market. So January 2021, last year, 18 homes came on the market. January 2022, only 17 came on the market. So started off the year down a unit. February 2021, 40 homes came on the market. So February of last year, this past February, 34. So now you're down again. March, where inventory traditionally starts to break through, spring starts to really spring in the real estate market. 51 houses came on last March, 48 came on this past March. So we're going again into another inventory crunch. Even though last year was an epic low in terms of inventory, this year is shaping up that the first quarter is even lower than that. Units under contract, we say pending listings. So they're past contingency. It's a relatively clean file at that point. January of last year, 20 went pending, 21 went pending this past January 22. So what does that mean? It means 3 fewer homes came on the market in January and more sold than last year. So February, 18 and 18 for 21 and 22. And then what you're seeing is a result of the lack of inventory. 30 homes last year went under contract pending. Only 24 went under contract pending this year. So as fewer homes come on the market, there will be fewer transactions, pretty logical. But overall, things are selling. So last year in January, 17 homes sold. January of 2022, 21 homes sold, closed. People moved into new homes. So we're still selling at a higher pace, 18 and 18 again in February. And again, the little bit of a drop in March because of the lack of inventory. 27 homes closed last March, 22 homes closed this past March 2022. The big and almost shocking thing is last April, at this time, there was 102 homes for sale in Princeton. This year, we're down to 86. So that's a 20% drop in standing inventory. It is significant, and you don't have to have a master's in economics that as supply goes down, prices go up. I could give you example after example of homes selling quite literally $150,000 to $200,000 above their asking price in the last 3 weeks in Princeton. So supply is low, demand is off the charts, and prices are continuing to head up throughout the year. So days on market is another indicator that we look at just to kind of determine the overall health of the market. So last year, on average, it took 73 days to market and sell a home in Princeton. Again, a little bit misleading because some homes do stay on the market, bigger homes that are mispriced. But again, 73 days this past, the first quarter of this year, 52 days. So again, that's basically a 20 to 25% drop in days on market. So what does this all mean? Like, how would I summarize the first quarter residential real estate market in Princeton? So I'm just going to make it very simple to understand because we do get what's going on a lot as a question. There's 15% fewer homes on the market, and yet the same number are going under contract. So despite there being an inventory shortage, sales are even, basically, net even for the year. They're selling 26% faster and at 101.3% of their asking price. That's it. That is the first quarter in the Princeton residential real estate market. It's not dissipating. Homes are selling within a day. So if you're a buyer, you cannot wait to go see a home. You have to see it within 24 to 48 hours, and you have to make an offer same day, probably 10 to 15% above the asking price. It just is what it is. If you're a seller, just time it that you want to put your home on the market closer to the weekend so you can allow the maximum number of people into your property so you can get the maximum number of offers. But again, that's just the reality of today's market environment. So we're going to talk a little bit about the rental market. So if you're a tenant or a landlord, this is for you, or aspiring a tenant or aspiring landlord, I should say. Rental market is really, really challenging for tenants. Last year, 7 homes came on the market, 8 came on this past year. And last year, these are anemic lows. These are lows like, I can't even describe it to you. 7 rental homes in a municipality the size of Princeton is not healthy for tenants. February of last year, 11 came on, 9 came on this year. March 2021, 13 homes came on, 13 rental units, 12 came on this year. So we're starting the year undersupplied again in the rental market. So if you're a tenant, what does that mean? It means supply is down. If you're a landlord, what does that mean? It means prices are headed up. Despite that, we're seeing more homes going under contract in the rental market this year than last. Quite incredible. And we're seeing the same number of rental units settle as last year, despite the lack of inventory. So this is the most shocking number I really wanted to talk to you about. I was shocked. I was actually like stunned. So last year in April, if you're a tenant, you had 30 rental units in the municipality of Princeton School District, whatever you want to talk about. 30. There was 30 homes or units or apartments you could look at. This year there's 16. Now, this does not include Avalon and private development. This is what's available in the multiple listing system. But that's a 50% drop. That's shocking. So days on market, last year, it took 79 days on average to rent a unit in Princeton. And I'm saying unit because it could be a single family, it could be multifamily, it could be a condo. So 79 days last year, 35 days this year. Just let that sink in. Incredible, incredible drop. So again, the current inventory 30 to 16. So what does this mean for the rental market for tenants and or landlord? Rental inventory in Princeton is down 46% year over year. So again, save yourself a PhD in economics. Supply goes down, prices go up. It's what's happening in the supply chain all over the world. It's happening in the rental inventory in Princeton rather dramatically. Under contracts, units that are going under contract are even. So despite inventory being off 50%, we're still renting the same number of homes or units, I should say. And they're renting 55% faster than last year. So that in a nutshell is what's happening in the real estate market in Princeton. It's like an all hands on deck situation if you're a tenant or a buyer. If you're a landlord, you just want to have the right strategy to hit the market to, get maximum exposure. So what's going to happen the rest of the year? Well, what's going to happen the rest of the year is more of the same. When you're in an undersupplied environment, such as we are, prices will continue to go up. You have tremendous demand in Princeton. We've talked about why before. Access to jobs. You have the train, Princeton University, Philly, New York. Princeton University is a major economic driver, huge pharmaceutical business locally. Princeton High School is a huge driver. It's a top-rated high school. And then obviously the lifestyle that Princeton offers people. So the rest of the year is going to be more of the same. There's really not going to be a break in it. We'll keep watching the inventory on this podcast and here on YouTube. But that is the first quarter wrap for the Wilton Report. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's Josh Wilton 71. As always, you can always call or text 609-577-6786 with any real estate questions, pretty much anywhere. But today we were talking about Princeton. So that's it for today. Thanks, everybody. Any questions, obviously, feel free to reach out. Talk to you soon.